Washington. That's fun to say.
It is, right? Sammamish.
Took on Corpus Christi, Texas. Texas, another traditionally powerful team. Top of the first, though, Jake Dahlstrom grounds one just short, but he also brings one in.
Well, yeah, you see Sammamish taking advantage of that errant throws, coming around to score.
Later in the inning, 2 on, 2 out, clutch from Nathan Fitzgibbons.
Well, those 2-out hits always can put teams away. If Sammamish coming up big. And speaking of Sammamish, that second inning with Jack Harper Sammamishing it over the center field wall.
Oh, well played, Nomar. Well played. Washington led 5-1 at that point, and Washington goes on to win 8-4. Always a good team here. Bottom third, up 6-zip already with 2 aboard.
Well, the bats came out for Mexico today. We're up 6-0. You got Miguel Artelejo hitting the ball over the right fielders. They're scoring 2 more, and Mexico just continues swinging on the rest of this game, getting on top of this ball. Brandon Montes hitting the ball deep to center for a 3-run home run.
And then on the mound, Brandon Meza. How about 8 Ks in 3 2/3 innings? It was a final in 4 innings.
Best game of the day, bottom 4, Connecticut, 1 on, 2 outs. Charlie Roof, Ben Pickman dove and couldn't get it. They would end up getting the runner out at home, though.
Ben Pickman made a great effort. We show him missing that one, but he had some outstanding web gems out there in center field, and they played some D to cut down New England's offense.
Twice Tennessee threw out Connecticut runners at home, and this is Ben Pickman going yard to right center field.
His hero is Josh Hamilton, and he hits with that kind of power early in the count.
Tennessee up 2-1. Would you believe it, though? Bottom 5, Ricky Offenberg, who hit 1 home run all summer.
Plays shortstop. His best trait, he says, is bunting and fielding. Not tonight.
His family flew off a trip to Africa to be here. Chad Knight, then, the starter, delivers.
Chad Knight, great pitcher. Got him here through the regionals. 33 strikeouts in 13 innings. Oh, my God.
Our last game, Eric Ludman, who considers John Kruk his baseball idol, delivers a big shot there in the first.
Well, he was hitting like John Kruk right there. Nice line drive into the right center gap. And it was really about that first inning for Delaware, taking advantage. The bats came out early and often. They were able to put up a 5 spot in that first inning.
And they brought in their ace to close it out. Nathan Hardcastle gets Ty Cowley swinging. Delaware hangs on and wins. Only their second ever win at the Little League World Series.
A little bit too much for Puerto Rico today.
They took on a team from Puerto Rico. Tommy Lee Sierra, he was something.
How about 10 strikeouts over the course of the game for Tommy Lee Sierra in 5 2/3 innings, and he walked just 1. Really gave Puerto Rico the start on the mound that they needed.
Almost saw him get that complete game, but a pitch count got to him. To the 4th inning we go. Bottom 4. This was scoreless. Runners on the corners. Yamil Velasquez.
And it was back-to-back-to-back 2-out singles that got Puerto Rico to this point. They would come around and score 3 runs in the inning. Another solo run in the 5th inning, and that would be enough. That was Robert out of reach. BI single to left field, 4-0 win for Puerto Rico. Team Mexico has been putting on an offensive show so far, and it started right away today. Brandon Montes, the leadoff hitter, goes deep. That's the first of many today for Mexico.
Yeah, top of the 2nd, bases were loaded. Mexico's already up 2-zip. Ramon Mendoza, deep to left. Another great shot puts the team up 6-0 on Panama, mind you. Runner-up, this very team, runner-up last year in the international competition.
And this all started against a left-handed pitcher in Daniel Fernandez, who was throwing 73 miles an hour from 46 feet away. But the offense of Mexico too much. 5 home runs for Mexico, outscored their opponents.
Chinese Taipei, Panama jumped out on top. Armando Lopez going deep to right. Got them on board, 4-zip in the first.
Coming up big, jumping on top Chinese Taipei early in this game, and this is familiar territory for Panama. They've been in elimination games last year at this Little League World Series, but unable to come up with this ball in between 3 fielders, and Chinese Taipei is coming back.
It was 7-4 then, bottom 6, bases loaded with 2 outs, and here comes Panama with a rally, making the most of a few miscues.
At the Little League World Series, I don't know what lead is safe, especially going into that last inning.
There isn't one.
Panama battling back to tie this game up.
And with bases loaded, hit by pitch, Jose Gonzalez going to limp his way to first, and Panama's moving
I'm sure
on.
if you ask Jose Gonzalez, did that hurt? He's like, nope.
Team Mexico was loaded offensively coming into this one. They jumped out first, but Japan would come back. Yusei Hirooka, first run scored against Mexico in the entire Little League World Series. At that point, tied it at 1, but the power of Mexico would come back. Leadoff hitter Brandon Montes, who has now homered in every one of Mexico's 3 games here. This in the 3rd gave Mexico the 2-1 lead but Japan would come back.
Yeah, bottom of the fourth with 2 outs is this timely hitting. Yoshino, his first hit of the Little League World Series. Straightaway center. Home run ties it up at 2. Bottom 5, we're still tied at 2.
Here comes Ishida, who started this game on the mound with 3 innings, and right here gives Japan the lead in the bottom of the 5th. Solo home run to right. They would add 2 more in the inning. Japan on to the international championship game with a 5-2 win, and the key was holding down this Mexico offense. 25 runs in the first 2 games, and they only hit 7 innings in those.
Highlights, guys. Both these teams 2-0. A loss would mean a game tomorrow night. A win gets you into the United States Championship game.
Pitcher's duel to start as advertised. Grant Holman and Chad Knight.
Offensively, Nick Mora had a huge game, 2 homers.
Well, we thought while we were watching this pitcher's duel that this may be the only run of this game. Nick Mora coming up huge, and I think these players were kind of feeling it until Matt Brown comes through with a big 3-run home run for Connecticut.
The Bear right there put him up 3-1, Carl.
On a hanging breaking ball from Holman. So now we're getting into the bullpens. And when we do, Mora in the 6th, down 3-1. This calls one to right center.
This is 1 out in your last at-bat of this game. You're facing just 2 more outs, and it's over with a big hit by Mora.
The decision to move Azadian off the mound at 20 pitches will allow him to pitch tomorrow. But if you win the game, you wouldn't need him until Saturday. So they take him out. A pass ball ties the game up. And Alex Reiner pitched a really good game in relief.
Yeah, he sure did. He got 8 outs before all of a sudden the floodgates opened, but this was a nail-biter.
And we always talked about the pitching depth of this California team, and that pitching depth sure helped them out here in the extra innings.
That was a big chance for Connecticut with Chad Knight, their best player, popping out. In the 9th, in the 8th, I should say, in a 3-3 game and a man on 3rd. California can't deliver, but they do here in the 9th. When Grant Holman, who had 1 hit at the Little League World Series, it was a grand slam. His 2nd hit is a 3-run home run.
The best 2 for 13 you'll have at Williamsport.
California out of Chula Vista beat Connecticut 6-3. Big smiles for Grant Holman. He's with Jamie.
Game a couple of days ago. Chula Vista and Westport. Grant Holman, top of the 1st of a scoreless game.
Man in scoring position, and Grant Holman comes through to put California on the board, also taking advantage of a miscue out there in left field.
So it's 2-zip California. They put up 3 in the 1st, top of the 2nd, a couple of outs. It's 3-1. This is the starting pitcher of the day, Nick Mora. Wow.
Well, I think Nick Mora would be the star of this game. He hit probably the farthest home run we've seen here at the Little League World Series. 3 home runs for his Little League World Series. All 3 of them have come against Connecticut, but the story was him on the mound as well.
He was great. 5 2/3, 10 Ks, 1 walk, almost that complete game. Missed it by a couple of pitches. It's California. Congratulations, 12-1.
Consolation game at the Little League World Series in Williamsport. Mexico against Connecticut. Bottom 3, game tied at 6. Wild pitch here in Mexico. Takes a 7-6 lead. Top of the 5th. Connecticut down by 4. Harry Azadian. Deep to right center, 3-run home run. Connecticut within 1. Next batter, Matt Stone. And Stone gets in on the action. Back-to-back home runs for the kids from Westport, Connecticut. We are all tied at 11. Bottom 5, still tied at 11. Miguel Artalejo. 3-run home run. Mexico up 14-11. This game going back and forth. Top 6 now. Connecticut down 4. Chad Knight. How about a 3-run homer here? Crushes it.
Nice catch.
Connecticut within 1. Was a nice catch. Later in the inning, 2 outs. Tying run aboard. And Martin Gonzalez gets a ground ball to end the game, and Mexico hangs on 15-14. 29 runs, 32 hits, 9 home runs were hit in this game. Congrats to the kids from Mexico.
They've gone final in Williamsport, PA. It is the Little League World Series World Championship game. Japan and California. 6th time they have met for the title. Scary moment, top 1. That's Giancarlo Cortez of California. Hit in the head by Kazuki Ishida. And as we see throughout the Little League World Series, sportsmanship, shaking hands, apologizing, and Cortez would factor into this game here in the 4th. California down 3-2, but bases loaded for Cortez in the left field. Jake Espinoza, Nick Mora come in. Cortez gives Cali a 4-3 lead. Let's go to the fifth. This one back and forth. We have seen some tremendous games in recent days in Williamsport. Now we're tied at 4. That's 2 on for Ryuhei Hiruka, and that is a double, and that plates a pair, one of whom is Kobayashi. Fantastic story. He moved to Tokyo from Fukushima following that 2011 earthquake. He was your winning pitcher because the fundamentally sound Japanese squad turns that double play. They win the Little League World Series 6-4, your final. Third title last 4 years.